I want to focus for the rest of this video on the censorship that's come out from this.
Yep.
Who the pulled the video? That's what I want to know.
I hope Karl tells us. I hope if he did get fired from Channel 9, he just says, it was Channel 9, they made me do it.
Can I ask you a question? Yes. Keir Starmer is a...
So, what...
Wanker.
Outrageous that this man spends time behind bars just for the things that he said.
So that's the UK. And that's what's happening in Australia now. Because that's what they're pushing. That's why they're doing these speech laws, because people are waking up. That's why they want to ban young people off social media, so they keep indoctrination up. Silence you. The racist word isn't working anymore. People aren't that stupid. When they get robbed with a machete, then they're called racist for pointing out issues. Doesn't work anymore. But they deleted Karl's Tommy Robinson interview, is what his video is labelled. So we might check this out, see what he's saying.
The podcast between Tommy Robinson and Karl Stefanovic was taken down only a few hours after it went up. And here's the insane thing. Nobody knows who gave the order. Yep. Was it Karl Stefanovic? Was he panicking about all the hate?
I wonder if Channel 9 told him, you have to take that post down. Because first I thought it was YouTube, but I don't know if it was YouTube. Because Pauline Hanson re-uploaded the video. And now he's been allegedly getting kicked off Channel 9 for trying to expose the rape gangs in England with Tommy Robinson. Imagine defending women that have been assaulted. Oh, you can't do that because it goes against migrants. Can't do that.
Someone from YouTube, was it Channel 9 who employs Karl Stefanovic? Who made the call?
Or maybe the wokies just mass reported it to get it taken down.
So many people right now are angry at Karl Stefanovic because he dared go out of his comfort zone and start interviewing people that certain groups of people don't like. People like Pauline Hanson, Barnaby Joyce, Kyle Sandilands, Big Chocky, John Howard, Pete Evans, basically anyone who people on Reddit would consider right-wing, dangerous, fascist, the whole thing. And I applaud what Karl is doing. It's good that he's stepping out of his comfort zone and going and talking to a lot of people who other people have demonized over the past few years and actually listening to them for a long period of time. I think for most of human history, people who get demonized only get demonized for a few things they've said and often don't get a chance to, well, talk for themselves. Anyway.
And it's the main censorship from all the wokies. We know that. The mainstream media has the monopoly for so long and now they're freaking out because they're losing it. Nova's mum, thank you. I bet they get reinstated with back pay. Let's hope so. But I don't know. All the woke politicians saying, oh, how dare you call out women getting assaulted? We need to stop that. It's absolutely shocking. And thanks all for joining. Make sure you like the stream. Mainstream media is dead, yep. They are trying to silence everyone. That is what they're doing. It's absolutely shocking. What happened? Well, Karl's interview with Tommy Robinson got taken down off YouTube. Pauline Hanson re-uploaded it because she wants to support the message of what's going on with this mass immigration and the abuse of these women. And then now allegedly the reports are coming out that Karl isn't getting reinstated from Channel 9. He's getting kicked out because he's starting to interview right-wing people. Common sense. Actually exposing what's going on. That goes against the government's agenda, the mass media, mainstream propaganda. Goes against everything that these people are pushing.
Sits down with Tommy Robinson, who's known throughout the world for being an evil, far-right, fascist, horrible person.
But he was right. He was saying for over 10 years about the rape gangs. All of a sudden, the reports all say 250,000 women have been assaulted by them. And Keir Starmer steps down after that. Very strange.
That hates people with brown skin, hates Muslims, all this type of shit. But if you sit down and actually listen to what Tommy Robinson has to say, unfortunately, a lot of it sounds quite, well, reasonable. I think even people who happen to be Muslim would listen to Tommy Robinson and go, yeah, fair enough. That's a pretty crazy thing to say, wouldn't you agree? Robinson's been to jail as well for assault, for fraud, contempt of court. He's also spent, I think, the best part of 6 months over that time period.
In 2009, he started talking about it,
being in jail in solitary confinement. This dude has been through, well, a lot. And I tell you what, a lot of the reasons he's been to jail they've had a lot to do with free speech. And for me, as someone who is, well, pretty close to a free speech absolutist, it's hard for me to sit here and not say that it's fucking outrageous that this man spends time behind bars just for the things that he said.
But that's the UK. And that's what's happening in Australia now. Because that's what they're pushing. That's why they're doing these speech laws, because people are waking up. That's why they want to ban young people off social media, so they keep the indoctrination up. Silence you. The racist word isn't working anymore. People aren't that stupid. When they get robbed with a machete, then they're called racist for pointing out issues. Doesn't work anymore.
Longest time, Karl has been on the news. That's what he's been known for. A news guy, a clean-cut news guy. And now that he's doing his own thing that's away from the people that pay him, people are freaking the fuck out. They're going, we didn't know that Karl was like this. We didn't know that Karl acted like this. We didn't know Karl thought these things. And doesn't that tell you something? Doesn't that tell you that the people that you listen to every single night on the news are full of shit? Karl's been full of shit for years. That's not him. The real him is coming out now, and you're seeing him in these long...
He was just paid to talk shit from the mainstream media. Nova's mum. I mean the nurse. Oh, the nurses you're talking about. Yeah, we're going to get into that after this. That is shocking. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll get into that after this story.
Form interviews, and you don't like it. Well, I wonder how many other people's actual opinions and thoughts you don't like. But because they play this role, they act every single night for you on the TV, you seem to like them. It's a bit fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Mate, last night when this interview dropped, civil rights groups, people were freaking the fuck out. I knew...
How did they freak out so much after everything he was saying turned out to be true about the gangs over there in England? Like, what is going on?
was coming. I have someone on the inside on Karl's team that gave me the heads up, and I thought, very interesting that he would do that. I like it.
You think Karl switched sides because he wants to ride the resurgence of the right? Maybe. I'm just happy he's giving people a voice on the main stream. That's all I care about.
I like people who take risks, and I tell you what, I like people who piss off the right people.
Can I ask you a question? Yes. Keir Starmer is a...
So, what...
Wanker.
comes from this podcast? Well, I listened to the first 30 minutes or so before I made this video because it was re-uploaded by Pauline Hanson.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it was pretty reasonable. A lot of people who critiqued it said, he didn't push back. He didn't question Tommy Robinson. Well, I tell you what he did do. He sat there and he let Tommy Robinson speak.
No, you're not allowed to let someone on the right speak. That's not allowed in the woke media.
He let him continue to speak for pretty much the entire interview. And I tell you what's important about that. A lot of the time we never get to hear from people in long-form conversations. Basically what it is time for you as the person that most people look at and go, they're evil, they're far right, they're a bad person, to actually, for lack of a better term, sell yourself to the population, sell your ideas and debate with people's own psyches and how they think about you already or what they think about you already. See, for anyone going into that conversation with Karl and Tommy Robinson, you would be thinking to yourself, well, Karl's going to talk to this idiot. And for a lot of people, they probably came out of it thinking, okay, I can see where Tommy's coming from. I may not agree with him. I may disagree with him on some points and agree with him on others. And that's the whole point.
Yep.
So it's great that Karl's having these conversations with these people because we hear from the other side of politics so much.
Karl's been sacked from Channel 9. Yeah. It's funny that when you try to expose what's going on with some of these cultures that apparently can be multicultural here in Australia, you lose your job in Australia.
It's just ad nauseum, these people who just agree with each other and suck each other off on the left. So it's good that Karl's interviewing some other people. But I want to focus for the rest of this video on the censorship that's come out from this.
Yep.
Who the fuck pulled the video? That's what I want to know.
I hope Karl tells us. I hope if he did get fired from Channel 9, he just says, it was Channel 9, they made me do it. Melbourne, thank you so much, mate. You're a legend. We are losing our freedom of speech because the woke politicians care about DEI and imported votes. Tommy Robinson is a patriot and not a racist. He cares about culture and not skin colour. Exactly, Melbourne. That's right. You're 100% right. But if you're against mass immigration, you're against Muslim gangs, rape gangs, as they've been exposed over there, you're pretty much the devil. Like, it's absolutely shocking. And Tommy, yeah, he's just a patriot. He just wants his country to be safe and his people to be safe and speak up for freedom of speech. And unfortunately, if you speak up for freedom of speech in Australia, and especially the UK, as we keep seeing, they're a few steps ahead of us and we're following, and now our freedom of speech is getting taken away. Can you, like after Bondi, Islamic terrorist attack, result? Australians lose their freedom of speech. What the fuck is going on? It's happening everywhere. The more crazy stuff that happens, the more we get punished for it when we're trying to stop it. It's crazy.
Was it a quiet conversation? Did someone pull him aside and say, you're not allowed to do this? Was it a contract thing? Was he obliged to not do these type of things because he is contracted by Channel 9? Is he going to be fired from his job because he had this
Well, apparently now he is. So there you go.
Conversation with this person? Does that mean we all should be fired from our jobs if we have conversations with controversial people? Remember who controversial people are. I'm apparently a controversial person. If you have a conversation with me, should you be fired from your job? This is not freedom. This is not free speech.
No,
and this should...
There isn't free speech in the West anymore. America's probably got the best free speech, but we all know Australia doesn't have free speech. We know that. They're trying to take it away because people are waking up against their agenda. Peter, thank you so much, mate. Hi, I found out that the modelling for the federal budget was done in December. There we go. Thank you so much as well, Peter. You're an absolute legend. There we go. And Albo sells all his houses before that. And then if you ask him about insider trading, you get told off. You're not allowed to ask him about insider trading. The Labor government, if you didn't know, Albo sold $4 to $5 million of his properties right before the budget release and crashing the housing market. Very strange, isn't that? Nearly like it might be insider trading. I'm not confirming anything. Don't sue me. But, you know, if I had millions of dollars worth of properties and I was about to crash the housing market, maybe I'd sell my houses as well. Sounds like Albo did. It's fucking shocking. It's so corrupt. I can't believe it.
Worry all of you. I cannot imagine.
That's it, insider, yep.
Somebody who would go out of their way, and I've seen it constantly over this last 24-hour period. People saying, Karl should not have done this. He cannot have these conversations. These should not be posted on YouTube. Mate, why?
Yeah.
Are you offended? Are you so offended that Karl's talking to this person that this conversation...
If they just listened to Tommy, they wouldn't be offended because he doesn't say anything extreme. That's just like Pauline, where they tried to attack her for 30 years. And Tommy actually even said, I respect Pauline because she stood up for me when I was arrested in England when no one else would because they've done it to her. They use the legal system to silence people. 99, thank you, mate. Selling his properties was an absolute piece of shit. Yes, I know. It's so dodgy, isn't it, 99? Thank you so much for the support, mate. Like, the corruption... How can, like... And then you couldn't... If you watch my last video on it, I did it... Albo is finished. I think the thumbnail was a few videos back. But they're literally in Parliament and you weren't allowed to question the Labor government if they did insider trading about this budget. You couldn't even ask them. That wasn't allowed. So there's no freedom of speech when you can't even question if there's insider trading. They actually warn the politician asking it that this is very dangerous if you ask this. Dangerous for who? Is that a fucking threat?
Conversation should not happen. Should he be locked up? Is this hate speech? Does this fall in line with some of New South Wales' new hate speech laws or Australian hate speech laws that he dare talk to this person that has differing opinions to you? There is also a possibility that Karl pulled this himself.
It could be.
For the purposes of the Streisand effect. Karl pulls this. He says, I'm going to unlist this video. I remove this from all the podcasting platforms because it's going to get a lot more attention if I act like it has been removed.
That's just weird, though. If he did that, it's a bit weird.
It's a pretty smart ploy. It's very smart. If it comes out that this has been deleted and removed and there's censorship.
Yeah, Pauline's repost apparently has over 100k views now. It's amazing.
Then more people, more eyes are going to be drawn to it. Has everyone played into his hand here? Is Karl an evil overlord?
Nah.
Possibly. But for all of the fucking whinge and whining people who are upset that Karl Stefanovic interviewed the evil Tommy Robinson, not one of these people who took the time to make a TikTok video, to make an Instagram reel, to write an article for their fucking shithouse media publication, not one of these weak pussies had a look at the grape reports, the grape gang grape report that was published last week. I made a video on Monday.
250, 250,000 reported women sexually assaulted and raped by these gangs in the UK, which is Tommy is trying to expose. And not one of these media... have you seen Channel 9 speaking? It should be on the fucking front page of the news. 250,000. This is a crime against humanity allowed by the government over there and the legal system to hide it. And then when you even talk to someone about it, they try to silence you. How are the left-wing people that are meant to be the feminists, when women are getting attacked, if it's from migrants, oh no, that doesn't matter then. You can't criticize Islam. It's absolutely sick.
Not one of them posted about that. Not one of them gave a shit.
And that's just insane to me. How insane is that?
About the 250,000 young girls. Not one of them.
And that's why everyone is completely sick of the mainstream media. You can't post about that. That's one of the biggest stories of the century.
Not one of them gave a shit about that. Isn't that interesting? These people who talk so commonly about women's rights and how we need to protect women, not one of them opened their mouths about that because they're scared.
Why would you be scared? That's what people need to stop being scared and call it out. JG, thank you, mate. We should give Karl the benefit of the doubt. He's given up his $2 million contract and Pauline says he's her friend. He's always been conservative. Thank you so much, JG. I've never really watched Karl much in the past, but, I like what he's been doing lately. So I do agree. Give him a chance. If he's going to keep pushing this now, I'm really curious to see his response after all of this. So thank you so much, mate.
They're scared that if they do, then they won't get invited to the gatherings and the parties with all the fucking social media influencers. They won't be on the right side of history. They're terrified of that shit. Well, fuck you.
Yep.
You weak cunt. A lot of people have said that Karl Stefanovic doesn't push back in these interviews. He doesn't question the people. I think he probably should do that more.
But he does the Joe Rogan interview style, where you just ask them questions and let them talk the whole time. It's not a debate. It's an interview. He doesn't really push back at all. He lets them do the story. Which is fine. It's just a different type of interview style. People are too used to ABC where they attack everyone.
In fact,
Bushy Beards, thanks, mate. Women's lives destroyed with no chance of justice. Yep.
I interviewed Pauline Hanson and I think I pushed back with Pauline Hanson more than he did. And I'm not a fucking interviewer. I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to university to learn how to question people. So maybe Karl should do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with criticism of the job that he is doing. That's the whole point of the entertainment business. People should be able to criticize you. I just think he shouldn't be silenced.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this a ploy from Stefanovic to get more people to talk about it, the Streisand effect? Is this Channel 9 pulling up Karl and saying you can't do this anymore or we're going to sack you and you're bringing our brand into disrepute, yada, yada, yada? Is this the government getting involved? Is this YouTube getting involved? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the comment section down below.
Thank you so much, Isaac. And thank you for having the balls to call out the 250,000 women assaulted. I'll link his channel in the chat again. Like, absolute legend getting into that space, calling it out and getting awareness to it. It's effing elbow, could be. I personally think it's probably mass reporting or Channel 9 made him do it and they still fired him. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's all been happening. It's freaking crazy. It's time for us to speak up. We don't want the censorship. It's absolutely disgraceful